Okay, this is a walkthrough for the map. We're going to do a little pre-planning here before the FOMC meeting minutes and a couple of things. So if you are not a member of M.A.P, then what that is we're using prediction points, which is a proprietary algorithm that we've used since 2007 to generate market prices for the following trading day. So last night we run the algorithm and we get our prices for today, and it's been working for 13 years now. Now, they're not just support and resistance prices, they also tell us what kind of volatility we can expect. So I'm on a pretty big monitor here and I have this blown up. I certainly don't trade this way, but I do have this blown up here for you because I really want you to see what's going on here. So what I'm going to do is this is just a standard 5-minute chart, and I'm going to drag this rest of this into here, and I want you to see sort of the entire day, and hopefully this will still show up okay on your screen when you look at it. But here's sort of the entire Globex session, and then I'm going to fit this in here. So what you can see is that we opened up, we broke right below here. Yesterday we had said that we should go down to that, I think '06 area. I was wondering if it was '06 or '06 quarter. Anyway, we said '06 area yesterday, and if you watch the review for yesterday for M.A.P, you'll see that we did say that. So we just sort of ran out of time. In the overnight session, we got down to '04 half, which was a pretty decent move down in the overnight. 6 ticks lower than '06, but we said '06 area, and that's why we said area, because it really was that area. So we did get all of that, easily able to get filled down there if you were short, from up at 25 yesterday. And so here's this, we came down here, you can see we sort of stalled out here, came back up. This was the open this morning, and you can see I have two different kinds of lines on here. I have the blue lines and I have the orange lines. And the way these are is we expect the market to move from blue line to blue line. Those are our more major prices, and then we're using the orange lines along the way. So what you can see here is we came down to this blue line, came back up here. We did sell off here for about 5.5 points or so, and then came up here this morning to 18 half. Our price here is 19 quarters, so came within 3 ticks of this on this bounce up here. Came back down to 13. And if you're in M.A.P, obviously you have read the post where we said this was a scenario that we could see happen, was this pullback right here. But ultimately, we haven't come down here to fill these lower prices that we have down here. And actually, this is not, these are not today's prices. So there we have it. So these are today's prices now, actually. And what you can see is that, let me just make sure here, I want to make sure I'm showing you the right, that we're looking at the right chart. I have an indicator that draws these on my chart that I trade on, and it could look a little confusing if you're new to it. So I just manually put these on here to do this video, and I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything or put anything on here that isn't supposed to be on here. So 16, okay, that answers that. So this is not on here. But we did give some prices in here that were not prediction points, but they were some prices. Just wanted to make sure before we took that off. So it's with that background, I want to give you the idea of what we're looking for here when the minutes come out in a little over 2 hours. So the market is definitely going to be, it's been anticipating this all week. We've been saying in M.A.P to our members that We want to see what the minutes, how the market's going to respond to the minutes. We've obviously been at all-time highs here very recently. And so the market's very anxious to see what's in the meeting minutes and what the outlook for the Fed is. I think that'll be pretty telling. And we'll see how today actually goes. If there's things in the minutes that are really dead giveaways for things, then we'll see some real movement today. Otherwise, it might take today and tomorrow for this, it might assimilate the data today, and we might see bigger movements on Thursday and Friday this week. So I want to show you here what this looks like. So basically, I'm not going to talk about anything that's happened. I'm just going to talk about what is likely going to happen when the market gets the meeting minutes. So a couple of things. So you'll notice how there's these different gaps between prices, and you'll notice this gap is about 20 points down to here. So, and then see how there's a price just below here, about 5 or 6 points below here. And the point of that, and then again, down to here is about 15 points. So that tells me that between here and here, there's some volatility that's expected. But I would expect these areas to be a fairly, actually, I think that's left on the chart from when I did this before. So let's just go make sure. Yeah. So this is not, so you see this big gap, this is 20 points. So there's a 20-point gap between here, and a 20-point gap from here to here. So this, let me give you these prices so that you have this going in here. So we have 16 quarter here, we have 19 quarter, and we have 23 exactly right there. And then up above 23, you can see there's some moves. Now you'll notice we've never ever been to 31, 33 quarter ever. But these are the prices that we have up there. So if the market likes this, this will be the minimum target for the upside if the market likes the meeting minutes, if that's well received. That means we would move up to here. We could easily move up into 35.75. We've got 37.75. We've got 41.5. And we've got 45 quarter. And I would anticipate that somewhere in this range between here and here, we're going to see some sellers step in and we're going to see some selling happen, unless this thing is just really strong. But these prices so close together, this is 17 points, and we have 7 prices in 17 points. So this is going to be kind of a cluster area where the market's going to get jammed up a little bit and pull back. And this is applicable for today. We don't know what tomorrow is going to look like, so it depends on how much we actually get pushing up tomorrow. Now, if it doesn't like it, if the market doesn't like the news that's going to come out, here's what we're looking for. First, 96, 95 quarter area, so down here. And then down here is that 75 3/4 area. And then below that, we have this 72. And then I don't have anything else on there below there. But we'd anticipate that this would be some support. Although if it's really weak, it could just go right through it. But if this breaking, this 95 quarter area breaking, is going to be very significant because it opens up this lower target down at 75 3/4. So that's what we're looking for, expecting some real good movement here today when the meeting minutes come out. Again, could go up here to this 33 quarter, all the way up into 45 quarter area. If we cannot hold 95 quarter, then 75 3/4 is on the table. Now, unless it's very weak, we may not get all of that today if this is the scenario that plays out. And same thing, unless it's very strong, we may not get all of this today. But those are the targets that open up. So that might take until tomorrow. It might be in the Globex session tonight. So we'll just see how that goes, and we will make our trades around this plan. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you have questions, you know where to reach us.